Good morning, Algebra 2 students. For Miss Bell, you are reviewing for a test. So let's take a look at this review. I want to take you through most of it. You have here, determine whether each relation is a function and explain your answer and find the domain and range of each relation. So this one is no. The domain is there's just one number. It's all the x values are 1, and then the range is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So no, because an x value, there's only one x value, and it goes to more than one y value. That does say value there. I was writing kind of fast, sorry. Take a look at number 3. We just have 0, 0, domain and range. Well, no, this isn't a function, it's just a point. So try 2 and 4 on your own, see what you think about those. Remember the whole rule here when you're looking at lists of coordinates. If the domain, if you have a domain of the same number going to a different range, then it's not going to be a function. You've got to watch for that. So if you have an x value repeated, and it goes to a different y value, well, then that's going to be a problem. So that's not going to be a function. But you could have different x values going to the same y value, okay? And that would be fine, all right? That's all when you are graphing it. So, for instance, if you have an x value going to different y values, you would be like here. This is a no because I have an x value of 1, but it's going to 2 different y values. It goes to, y equals 0 and y equals 4. So, they're not going to be, this is going to make a straight up and down vertical line, and so it doesn't pass the vertical line test either, so that's why this one's going to be a no. But if I have y values, like if I were to have the same y value go to different, like say I had the y value of 4 going to an x value of 1 and going to an x value of 3. I'm still, making a line. I'm still moving from left to right. You want to be moving from left to right, on these. You should see, different values of x's. Even if you have the same y, you're going to be okay, and it will be a function. So number 5, this is a function, yes. And by the way, the middle one's a function also. Just to point that out in this review. Let me do this odd one here for you. Pretty much all you're doing is you're taking the function number and plugging it in for x, the x value. So this would just be 12 times 4, and that'd give you 48. When you see these, that's pretty much all they're doing. So the input for this one is going to, you're going to put in a 7. So 7 goes in for x. So you have 56 minus 5 gives you 51. On this one, on direct variation, for each function, determine whether y varies directly with x. If so, find the constant of variation. So yes, these do, because when I take any y and divide it by x, I get 2. And so 2 is my k, remember y equals kx. K is the constant of variation, so y equals 2x. That's going to be my constant of variation. Try number 2 on your own. 3, I'm going to have y divided by x, y divided by x, y. Every time I do y divided by x, I get negative 2. So yes, it direct variation there. And the direct variation is negative 2, so I have y equals negative 2x. This one, they just want you to work it out so you have y by itself on one side. And if it is in the form of y equals kx, well, of which this is, there's nothing more going on here, then it's going to be a direct variation. So this one would be a yes also. Okay. Number 7, I figure out my direct variation. Y is to x, okay, because it says that it is a direct variation. So 8 divided by 4 gives me 2, so that's my k. So if x is 6, I put my 6 here, just 2 times 6 is 12, so my y is going to be 12. Here, I find my direct variation is 3, constant variation is 3. So here, I have, y equals 3x, but my y, I know what my y is 7, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3, so my x actually equals 7 divided by 3, or 7/3. For number 11, the height of an object varies directly with the length of its shadow. So a person that is 6 foot tall casts an 8-foot shadow, while a tree casts a 38-foot shadow. How tall is the tree? So I just took the, this would be the y, and this would be the, because this depends on how tall something is. So I have my y, my x, my dependent and independent variable, and I get, 8.5 over 6 as my k. I just left it. You can make it, it's an ugly fraction, so I just left it. So then I took 38 divided by 8.5 divided by 6, or 8.56, and I got, close to 27 feet tall tree. So notice how that works. Actually, I did it backwards first because I messed up, and I noticed my answer was wrong because my tree came out taller than the shadow. But look, the shadow is taller than the person. So this shadow is going to be taller than the tree. So 38 is more than the almost 27 feet. So it worked out. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay, we're finding slope, and all we're doing, there's a nice reminder here that slope is rise over run when you're looking at a graph, and this is just 2 over 8. So it goes up 2 and over 8, rise over run. 2/8 simplifies down to 1/4 because I divide both the top and the bottom by 2. I went ahead and did number 3. I went up 1 over 2, so up 1 over 2 is 1/2. This one goes up 3 over 2, so up 3 over 2 is just 3/2. I wanted to show you one that goes down, and so I picked number 4. Try number 2 on your own. This one goes down 4 over 5. So negative, that becomes negative 4/5. So down 4 over 5. Yep, just want to make sure I counted correctly. And then when you're figuring out slope, you're going to, when you're given points, you use this, y squared, the second y value minus the first y value over the second x value minus the first x value. So if it helps, this is your x1 and y1, x2 and y2. Sometimes that helps. So you're going to take -9 minus 2. And 12 minus a -19. And so Miss Bell has this all done for you. I went ahead and did number 7. 9 minus a -5 becomes 9 plus 5. And 9 minus a -8 becomes plus 8. So I get 14/17. And then number 9 here, you could see that, right off the bat, I get a 3 minus 3 is 0. When I have a 0 divided by something, that's a no slope. Okay. If the 0 was on the bottom and you were to work it out on your calculator, you'll get something that looks like this. Like if I see the 0 divided by 13 gives me a 0, that's nice clean. That's a no slope. So, but what if it was 13 over 0, and when you're divided by 0, it says error. That's telling you that that would be undefined. No slope, this is like flat. It's going to be a horizontal line. This is horizontal. When it says error or undefined, that makes it undefined. Whenever you see that, when the 0 is on the bottom, that means it's going to be vertical. It's going to be a vertical line. Vertical, sorry, gotta put that in there. I'm trying to write while looking through the phone and it's a little weird, but just to iron that out, just so you know what that means. Okay, hopefully this helps, and good luck with your test.